actually clean? This afternoon I'd like to introduce to you all the concept that everyone is responsible for at least 3 points in properly maintaining their automobile, as well as the importance of doing so. Normally, when a strange noise comes from your vehicle, what do? Turn the radio up. And when you get a trouble warning light, what do? You put a sticky note over it. Now, as a pilot, I am responsible for pre-flighting my airplane before takeoff. And this way accidents are prevented. This way we know that aircrafts have the greatest safety record in the history of any mode of transportation. So the question is today, who do you trust with the maintenance of your vehicle? Do you trust somebody that you don't know, or do you trust yourself? The first point that I would like to address is to know that we need to properly fuel our vehicle. No one, unless you're very romantic, wants to run out of fuel in the middle of the night and it's as cool as pig. Of course, what could be worse than that is running out of fuel in the fast lane in the middle of the interstate during rush hour. Filling up with gas is something that most of us take for granted, but it's very important that we follow a few safety rules. With more alternative vehicles, fueled vehicles on the market today, it is important that we properly select the type and grade per the manufacturer's requirements. Only a vehicle after it has been turned off, eliminating the possibility of accidental fires. The agricultural department has warned about a dangerous condition creating static electricity, especially in winter months, due to electrostatic spark catching gasoline pumps on fire. And once the vehicle has been fueled, please remember to put the hose back where it belongs. Not only is it embarrassing to drive off with the hose still attached to your car, but it can also be very dangerous. And while fueling, it is a good time to check the air pressure and your tires. Literally, tires are where the rubber meets the road. They're one of the primary safety factors of an automobile. It is important that we check and make sure that our tires are safe. Stephen Power reported in the Wall Street Journal that the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration blamed low tire pressure for cause of SUV rollovers in recent years. Not only that, but low tire pressure can affect the maneuverability of your vehicle, making it impossible to swerve properly and to get out of a dangerous situation. We need to make sure that we check for the proper air pressure. We need to make sure it's inflated per manufacturer's recommendations. And while we're checking, we need to make sure that the tread wear indicator, the little bar that goes across from treads, is not completely exposed, making sure that we have enough to get traction on wet and slippery roads. And while that you can check your tires and your fuel most any time, checking some other fluids are best done when the engine is cold, so that you prevent the risk of burning yourself. An automobile is a sizable investment. It can be protected by checking and maintaining your normal fluid levels. Low oil pressure can cause engine to overheat and even to seize up. Improper water levels can also cause the engine to overheat and fail. When checking your oil, make sure that it appears clean as well as full. When you're checking your oil, you need to check and see if there's any water in it. Water could indicate a leaking head gasket. You might also notice metal filings, which may be a sign that your engine is having a problem. Water needs to be checked for the level of antifreeze to make sure that it doesn't freeze on you. Check the battery and make sure that there's fluid if it needs to be checked. Some batteries are low maintenance, which do not require it. But the ones that do, it's very important to make sure that you have the power to start your vehicle when needed. Transmission and power fluids steering fluid can be checked easily as oil to prevent clutch slippage, to prevent a problem with being able to take off in certain situations. But as we come to the close and close our hood, we need to make sure that we remember the importance of maintaining our automobiles. Make sure that we remember that it is our responsibility. We cannot rely on anybody else to pre-flight our automobiles. Our own safety depends on our diligence on something as simple as checking our vehicle. Thank you for your attention.
Did that last 5 minutes?
You went